From My News 26 and CCTV, it's high school football. Coming to you this season from schools throughout the region. This 26 Sports and CCTV high school football presentation is brought to you by Wolverine Power Cooperative and Great Lakes Energy. Your local electric cooperative is looking out for you. And by Munson Healthcare Cadillac Rehab Services.
All right, everybody, welcome back to exciting second quarter action. We've got the Manton Rangers visiting the Lake City Trojans here in beautiful Lake City, Michigan. The Lake City Trojans are up 7-0 right now, and they have just regained possession of the ball. They are close to the midfield here at the 50-yard line. Brings up about a 2nd and 7 for the Trojans. They had a nice defensive stand against the Rangers, forcing them to punt the ball back. Got Matt Holt, quarterback, back in the shotgun. He's got 2 split to the left and 2 to the right. Keeps the ball, scrambling up the middle. He airs it up. He's got Devin Davis again. Davis with a nice catch. Davis brought down at the 10-yard line, and a nice reception and pass again by the Matt Holt, Devin Davis combination. Mike?
It's not broke, don't fix it. Just went right back to it.
Yeah,
it looked like something similar or the same thing.
Yep, they went right back to it, and he was open again. A beautiful play, and what a pass by Holt. Boy, he's got a good touch on the ball.
Yeah, he does, and very good job by the receiver there, because the Manton defender did the hammer punch, the second he caught it, but he held it. He held on to it.
Okay, so they are at the 10-yard line. That means it's going to be 1st and goal for the Trojans. Keeper by Holt up the middle. Wasn't able to get much there, maybe back to the original line of scrimmage. It's going to bring up a 2nd and goal from close to the original line of scrimmage. All right, Lake City didn't waste any time getting deep into Ranger territory, looking to build onto their lead.
Yeah, they're throwing the ball well right now, and I think we haven't even seen a part of that yet. They've got a lot of other pass plays they like to run too. Manton's going to have to shore up on that secondary action.
Okay, so 2nd and goal. Holt back in the shotgun. That's Thome in motion. He gives it to Thome. He looks like he's got room to get around the corner. He's trying to get around the corner, cuts upfield, and he is across the end zone. Touchdown, Lake City.
You could see it in his feet. You could smell that end zone.
Well, and he had a lot of field to work with, running to the long side of the field.
Yeah, very well blocked by Lake City there. He had a whole host of red jerseys in front of him trying to open it up for him. Love to see that blocking action.
All right, that is firing up the crowd. Looks like they're going to go for the point after conversion. That is number 16.
Yeah, you can't let Walker Herrick do
City.
it. It takes too long to recover the ball when he kicks him.
So that's Mika Schwab. And it looks like they had a penalty on the play.
Good kick.
Well, he's going to try it again just from a little bit longer distance.
Plenty of leg on that first one. See if he can rinse and repeat here.
All right, so they are resettling in. Lake City looking to go up 14-0. There it is. It's up.
Nice kick.
And it is between the pipes. Plenty of leg on that one.
Nice kick.
That brings the score to 14 for Lake City and the Rangers 0. We have 10:07 left in the second quarter. And Mike, what do you have for us?
Well, there's, our sponsors are important, but also the people behind the scenes that make this happen are too. And our director tonight, can't do it without her, is Heather Stilson. We have replay and graphics, Cameron Bell.
Beal.
On our cameras.
Yep,
Beal. On our cameras, we have Autumn Rodriguez, Robbie Hunt, and it looks like somebody that doesn't want to be named. Maybe I'm going to stay incognito tonight, but
no.
that's what we have. But
right.
Big thanks to our director and everybody on cameras. Our replay.
They do a great job.
They do.
Really
They're
do.
fun to work with. Keep us on task, which is good.
Yep, good broadcast. We got a good football game for you tonight. The weather is absolutely perfect. And big Walker Herrick for the Lake City Trojans is ready to kick back to the Rangers. Again, the Rangers have number 15, Isaac Radin, and 22, Nick Dunham, back deep to receive. kick is up. Looks like it's going to be up. It's out of bounds. Not what the Trojans were looking for. That's going to bring the yellow laundry onto the field.
Looks like Lake City's trying to keep the ball away from the return guys, I would guess, because you can see Walker's not putting his leg into it. He's trying to keep it short.
Well, that's not bad. That's not bad coaching. That's a good strategy.
No, they do look to have some good athleticism on the return side of things for the Rangers.
Yeah, and especially when you have a defense like Lake City, you know.
Yeah.
Put them in the field position wherever it happens to be and let them do their thing.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense if you're Lake City.
All right, so Manton starting their drive out here at the 35-yard line. Jacob Hahn back in the shotgun. Got motion, but Hahn decides to keep it himself. Gets up over the 35, up to the 37 for about a 2-yard gain. Going to bring up 2nd and 8.
Jake Renfer for Thomas Blumberg for Lake City. Excellent tackle there. One-on-one, took him down.
Right, he had an excellent game last week also. Pretty sure that's Bloomberg.
Yep, Bloomberg, sorry.
Thomas Bloomberg on that. All right, so here come the Rangers, 2nd and 8. Raiden in motion, and more flags on the play. Boy, we just can't get any rhythm going to this game. Seems like a lot of flags. And
encroachment
encroachment. Yeah. Offside on Lake City, so that's going to give Manton 5 freebies. And 2nd and 3 sounds a lot better than 2nd and 8. Ball is out to the Ranger 42-yard line. Hahn stays back in the shotgun. He's got Solani back with him in the backfield. Does give it to Solani. Solani working upfield. He's met there, and I think the ball did come loose, but I believe the whistle had blown, and they're saying he was down, so it's not going to be a turnover. He got maybe 1 on that. It's going to leave 3rd down and a long 2. Manton needs to get something going offensively here to try to gain a little momentum.
I give him a lot of credit, you know, from the strategy point to try to establish the run. You know, that's important, but it's been tough.
Okay, so Hahn's on a keeper. He's trying to roll around left. He tripped over his own feet or something there.
Got leaning in a little too far forward, I think.
Yep. Fell
Lost
back
his footing.
Down at the 40-yard line. That's going to bring up a 4th down. They are out to their 40-yard line, but it looks like they're bringing in some fresh players for a punt play here. So Lake City is going to get the ball right back. Looks like Devin Davis back there deep.
Keeping him busy tonight.
He has done a lot of damage anytime he's touched the ball tonight. Punt is away. It's a nice high punt. Davis catches it, works his way up, and immediately brought down. That was number 5, Cole Rigneris, on the tackle. And Lake City is going to start their drive just shy of the 35-yard line, maybe out to the 34.
You know, Jeff, some of the people that we were mentioning that help our broadcast to run, you know, some are actually students.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're students, and that are here doing something very real and putting a broadcast together. So we have people on the professional side of it, and we also have students working their way towards that professional side of it.
Yep, they're teaming up with the Wexford-Missaukee Career Tech Center. Good program they've got to bring these kids in, get them some experience. Okay, so here's David Greenfield. Solani's all the way over on the other side of the field to make that tackle. Greenfield gets out to about the 37-yard line. Brought down. We've got about just over 8 minutes left in the second quarter. It's going to be about a 2nd and 6 for the Trojans.
It'd be interesting to see what Lake City does here. I'm guessing they might want to eat some time right now, given that they're up a couple scores. Might keep it on the ground here for a little bit. I guess we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. Well,
as he goes into the shotgun.
They've got 4 receivers out there.
Maybe
and,
not.
So let's see. Yeah, it looks like a handoff. No, he's keeping it, and he fumbled the ball. That looks like a recovery from Manton, and that is just what the Rangers were hoping for, and they got it.
Yep, they got to get excited again. Manton's got to get some excitement going.
Okay, so Holt tucked that one in himself, ended up getting tackled, and somebody put their helmet right on the ball. I didn't catch the number on that, but a fine job for them. And Manton takes over at the Lake City 40-yard line, looking to gain some offensive momentum. They haven't had this good a field position in a while. Okay, Hahn takes a snap, Gets back, doesn't have time to set up real well. He gives it airborne. He's got a receiver out there. That's Raiden. Raiden comes down with it. He's in the end zone, and that is a touchdown. Manton Rangers. So they made quick work of that.
Wow.
Costly turnover by the Trojans, and Manton makes them pay.
Wow, that was a heck of a pass and a heck of a catch.
Yeah, boy, and he just barely got that off. He had 3 defenders bearing in on him, and he set his feet and let it fly, and Raiden made a nice catch. Good throw by quarterback Jacob Hahn.
Yeah, he had to kind of muscle that thing because there were some guys just about hanging on him, if not hanging on him.
All right, that one sure did quiet the crowd. They're going for the extra point kick here.
That's
Ball
important.
is up, and it is between the uprights. That gives the Manton Rangers 7, Lake City 14. There's 7:23 left to go in this second quarter. Wow, that was sure changed around things in a hurry, eh, Mike?
I mean, Lake City was covering that quite well. The cornerback had it covered well, but it just went over him. The Manton player just turned and did that scoop catch, where he just turned and scoop, and he was in the end zone all at the same time.
Yeah,
Man.
all really carried, and nice play by the Manton Rangers. So they are right back into it, and that sure changed things around in a hurry. So both of these offenses have some quick strike capabilities, obviously.
Yeah, there's some firepower on the field, both sides, and when you are a good team like that, you're well coached, you just need something to spring you loose. Get the momentum back.
All right, and that turnover was just what they needed. So good timing. And excellent execution by the Manton Rangers. All right, so they are going to be kicking it back to the Lake City Trojans. Devin Davis is back to receive, along with, it looks like, David Greenfield back there. They are the deep ones. Let's see what Manton brings on their kickoff. Looking it over, it looks like number 3, Lucas McKernan, who is setting the ball up to kick. Lucas is a freshman, happens to be the only freshman on the roster for the Rangers, taking care of the kicking duties.
Big responsibility for a freshman.
Yep, there goes the whistle. Ball's up. It's a short kick, short and high. Looks like it's going to end up rolling. Oh, it just stayed in bounds. Looks like it was headed out of bounds, but it did end up staying in. And here comes Devin Davis working his way up, getting everything he can get. He got all the way out to the 35, and he earned every bit of it.
Yeah, it really looked like he might have had a chance around the left side, but it closed up.
All right.
On him.
Yeah, that ball just kind of took a little turn when it looked like it was heading out of bounds and just kind of died, so he picked it up and ran with it.
Looks like both teams are trying to keep it away from the deep men.
Yep.
They really don't want them to have it.
All right, not a bad strategy. Okay, so here comes Lake City, first down at their own 35-yard line. Matt Holt, quarterback, is under center this time. He's got Devin Davis out to the left. Looks like it's handed off to Noah Thome. Thome ends up looking like he lost one. Trevor Solani came in and made a nice tackle on the play. You're going to be hearing his name quite a bit tonight. He's all over the field, both on offense and defense.
Yeah, that was textbook tackle, right at the waist, legs driving. That's the video you want to show the young kids right there.
All right, that's going to bring up a 2nd and 11 for the Trojans. They're at their own 34-yard line. 6:45 left to go in this second quarter. Trojans are leading 14-7. Holt under center again. Passes it out to, let's see the number on that, number 14. Okay, so that's Ryan Twansky. Twansky's got room. He's up the sideline. He cuts to the middle. He's breaking free. He's heading towards the end zone and finally brought down at about the 5-yard line by number 3, Lucas McKernan. Big play for Lake City Trojans.
Well executed there. Little screen pass with twins to the right.
Yep, quick little hitter.
Oh,
and
nice.
Twansky made the best of it. He's got good speed.
He did. His comrade over there on the right side gave him a block, and away he went.
All right, so Lake City is back in business and threatening deep in Ranger territory. They are first and goal at about the 7-yard line. Trying to figure out what play they want to bring in, scrambling just a little bit. Not sure if they're going to have to burn a timeout or not. They're going to have to hustle to get this one off. Holt steps up. He's under center this time. Devin Davis is split to the right. Takes a snap, hands it off to number 9. That's Miles McLeod. Nothing there as Manton's looked like number 7. Connor McGrew in on the tackle.
Yeah, big battle at the line of scrimmage. That's why I think we're seeing the plays are these ones that are passes or outside the box type, because it's tough business. Up the middle right now, between the ends is tough.
Well, Lake City was a really, really well-balanced team last year and no different this year. So they've got a lot of balance. They can do a lot of things. Here comes Holt. Takes a snap. Hands it off to, looks like McLeod again. McLeod is bowling his way across the end zone. He's in for a touchdown. He was not going to be denied on that one. Wow. Number 9, Miles McLeod.
Yeah, he put the plow down and just decided he was going through the bank.
Yes, he did.
Wow.
All right, touchdown Lake City.
Yeah, that looked like a senior running the football, didn't it?
Yeah, he was not going to be denied to that end zone.
No.
I'm sure when he heard his number called in the huddle, he was like, okay, I've got it. What am I going to do with this?
Yeah.
Here we go. Its kick is up, and that one is good. And that is going to put the Lake City Trojans up 21-7 over the Manton Rangers. We have 5:11 to go here in the second quarter. Exciting high school football action here from Lake City, Michigan. Again, I'm Jeff Castillo with Mike Redman up in the booth with me. All right, Mike, we are certainly not short of action here tonight with these two teams.
Yeah, that's it's big plays. That's what's putting points on the board. There's no Beauchamp Beckler U of M football happening here. It's
not a lot of grinding out.
Big plays. It's tough. The runs are tough to even get first downs off of if you're staying between the tackles. So both teams are bouncing it to the outside to try to make things happen.
Yep, but they're still mixing it up really well.
Yep,
they are. Which is the key. You got to keep the defense off balance.
Yep.
And they never know what you're going to be doing. So that makes everything work when they don't know what to expect next.
Yeah, it's definitely not an all or nothing type of offensive approach.
All right, so we've got a little change here. It looks like Mika Schwab is going to be kicking for the Trojans. So maybe they're going to try a little something different here. There it is. He kicks it long. That's Raiden back. Raiden catches it inside the 10. He's looking to go left, and a bunch of Trojans right there. He is brought down at the 15-yard line, maybe just over the 15. So Manton's going to start their drive deep in their own zone.
Kind of a knuckleball kick.
Yeah.
Really long knuckleball kick.
Yeah, but it was a long kick. He got him way down there, and the defenders got down there in a hurry. So good special teams by the Trojans. All right, so here comes Manton. That is Jake Hahn as the quarterback. It's a keeper this time. He's running it up the middle. He's got room. Looks like he's good for about 5, just across the 20-yard line, which is going to bring up about a 2nd and 5 for the Rangers. Maybe 6, we'll call it. Got 4:43 left on the clock. Hahn back in the shotgun. He's got 2 to the left and 1 to his right split out. Takes the snap. He's looking to pass. He's got it airborne. He's got Raiden again. Oh, and the defender crawled right over top of him. And, yeah, I know he didn't mean to do that, but one of those things.
Yeah, he's making a play on the ball, which is what he's supposed to do. And he just run into it's just part of the game. Nothing to feel bad about as the defender there, even though it's hard not to, but you want guys to play the ball when it's in the air like that.
And, and we talked a little bit about this last week. It's not like the pros where when you get a pass interference penalty that's at the spot of the foul, it's a 15-yard penalty.
Yeah.
So, if he would have caught it and maybe had room to run, it would have been a bigger play than him taking a penalty and them taking the ball at the 36. So it's not a totally lose situation there.
No. It's not a bad play at all.
Nope.
Just the way it went that time.
Yep. Puts the Rangers out to their 36-yard line, 1st and goal, or not 1st and goal, but 1st and 10 from there. Raiden in motion. Hahn takes it, and he is sacked behind the line of scrimmage by the Lake City defense. Nothing there. It's going to bring up about a 2nd and 12 as the defense is holding steady, which they pretty much have done all night.
Yeah, they haven't given up many points this season, really, so far, period.
No, they have not. Okay. Hahn in motion. He's scrambling to the right, cuts it back in the left, makes another move. He gets just short of the 40 out to maybe about the 38-yard line. So we got a few of those yards back. That is going to bring up a 3rd and about 7 for the Rangers.
Miles McLeod, our touchdown man there. Great defensive play right there. Things had broken down for Lake City. The quarterback was running, but, you know, when you have players that can make those kind of plays, it just helps stem the tide when things aren't going right.
Okay, so here's Hahn. He's throwing it up again. He's got 5 out there, but doesn't look like it's going to be kept in bounds. It was out of bounds. Not a bad play. Just kind of throwing the ball up and away. Can't be intercepted out there, but it is going to bring up a 4th down for the Rangers. 3:22 left in this first half. And it looks like Trevor Solani, excuse me, is back to punt the ball for the Rangers. Devin Davis back deep to return for the Trojans. Snap is back. Solani gets it up. Looks like he's going to get a good bounce out of this one and a good roll. Ball is rolling all the way down to about the 26-yard line. Manton's going to down it there, and Lake City is going to pick it up from there. How about we hear for our sponsors again, Mike?
Yep, absolutely. Our broadcast tonight is brought to us by Munson Healthcare, Cadillac Hospital, Wolverine Power Cooperative, and Great Lakes Energy, Fox Motors of Cadillac, Cadillac Tire, LC Materials, Bowman and Rogers, Lake City Family Pharmacy, A-Tech Automotive, Ash's Coffee Cup, and Pizza Plus in Cadillac.
All right, thank you so much for our sponsorship and helping us bring you this broadcast. Lake City's look like they're ready to start their drive from their own 26. Holt is back in the shotgun. He's got 2 split to the left and 2 to the right. Scrambles around a little bit. He's looking to pass. Penalty flag hits the carpet and makes a nice pass out to Noah Thome. Got a bad feeling that one might be coming back, but we'll see what the officials have to say.
Yeah.
And it is a hold.
It took a long time to develop.
Yeah, it did, and you know they're doing their best to try and hold their blocks, but hard to do.
Yep, and you know, at that point of the play, everything really slows down too, and I'm sure as an official it's almost easier to see the holds at that point because everything just opens up where you can see. And
all right, so that is going to send them deeper into their own territory. Still going to remain 1st down for the Trojans. They're going to take over at the 16-yard line. So a 10-yard holding penalty on the Trojans.
Well, I'm sure if you're Lake City, you're thinking you wouldn't mind just keeping a hold of this thing until halftime if you could.
Well, I'm sure they're probably still thinking they want to put it in the end zone for more points.
Yep.
All right, here comes Holt. Holt's taking a look, passes it out. A little bit of miscommunication there with the receiver, and that one falls to the ground incomplete. No harm done. It's going to bring down a 2nd and 20 for the Trojans. All right, so the Rangers defenders are going to have to keep a watch here. They're sending 4 deep. And they have big play capabilities, no doubt about that.
You know, nice thing about this game too, Jeff, is both of these teams have been tested already this year too.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and that helps. So you never know what Manton might come back with in the second half if they can keep this thing where it's at right now to end the half.
Yep, absolutely. Lake City fought off McBain last week for a close 14-12 victory at the buzzer, basically. That one went right down to the very end. And Manton with a big win over Beale City. That's Devin Davis again with the reception. He is cracked by a Manton defender, keeps his feet, and still ends up getting a few more yards, and there is a flag out there. I've got a bad feeling that one might be helmet-to-helmet contact, so we'll see what the officiating crew happens. But, boy, you could hear that one all the way up here.
It sure looked like helmet-to-helmet, and just didn't make that attempt to get down in the waist area on the tackle. Just Don't like seeing that. Don't like to see that. It's not good for either player.
Nope, they're trying to eliminate it from the game.
Yep, and it's hard. It's tempting, and sometimes you're just caught in the wrong position on those. But that was right in the open field.
Yep.
So.
All right, so that's going to give Lake City a little bit of extra yardage with the penalty yardage tacked on at the end of the play. Nice reception by Devin Davis and Matt Holt. They have connected quite a few times tonight, and I'm sure we haven't seen the last of that combo.
That's been a consistent theme in this first half, to say the least.
Okay, so Lake City starts 1st and 10 all the way up to the Ranger 45-yard line. Holt decides to keep it. He's got some room around the right side. Looks like it's good for about 8 yards.
He has some speed for a quarterback, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Man, shifty
yes, he
too.
Does. He makes good decisions. Very athletic.
Very deceptive moves when he gets into the open field with his shoulders, and just, man, don't let him get in the open field running it if you can help it.
All right, so it brings up about a 2nd and 2 for the Trojans. They're all the way into Manton territory at their 37-yard line. Holt is in the shotgun, takes a snap, hands it off to, I think that was Greenfield back there. He's still on his feet. And so we've got a little late flag coming in. Apparently the defenders did not let up on the whistle, kept going, and they end up getting probably a unsportsmanlike conduct.
Hate to see
penalty.
Those too.
Yeah. So that is going to add on. So Lake City's building a little drive here. There's still 1:47 on the clock.
Yeah, they're in good spot here. Knocking on the door. Right down deep into Ranger territory.
All right, that's going to bring the ball all the way up to the 21-yard line. Still plenty of time left, and they are looking to add on to their 21-7 lead.
Yeah, I don't think that was anything malicious on Manton's part there. Just sometimes it's hard to shut it off when you're in the tackling motion. And
okay, so here comes Holt and the Trojans. He's got 2 split out to the left and the right. Fakes it to Greenfield. The pass is up, and he's got it to, looked like a reception from here, but a ball ended up squibbling out. That was a nice try by Ryan Towinski. Just came up short. That's going to bring up a 2nd and 10 for the Trojans.
That was some of those other pass plays we talked about earlier. They have several different ones they like to run. They really spread you out, too. When they run a pass play, they just spread you all over the place.
Yep. All right, they've got some good receivers out there, and Holt sure can deliver the ball. All right, so 2nd and 10, Holt's fading back. Here comes another penalty flag.
A little false start, maybe.
And false start, so they're going to end up going backwards just a little bit, says Jan Valaquette, referee tonight. Yeah, so that's going to bring up a 2nd and longer.
Our umpires and referees are staying busy tonight, too.
Yeah, they are. A lot of yellow laundry on the field tonight. All right, so Holt and Coach Kyle Smith talking it over, seeing what they want to do. Holt's going to go in and convey the message to the rest of the team and see what they can come up with. 1:25 left here in the first half. Lake City's got 2 to the left, 2 to the right. Holt's in the shotgun, looks over the defense, fakes the handoff to Thome. He's got, he had 86 Ben Marion open, and that just didn't end up connecting. Another low throw.
Yep. So underthrown a little bit. He'd like to have that one back.
So that one fell incomplete. It's going to bring down 3rd and about 15 for the Trojans.
Once again, a very nicely executed play, though. They spread you all over the place, and then they dump one across the middle on you. You know, it's very difficult to defend. So many one-on-ones that have to be accounted for there.
All right, so 3rd and 15. They're probably in 4-down territory here. Holt's got the screen set up. It's over to Noah Thome, and the one person there to defend it was number 5, Cole Rigneris, and he did make the tackle. So nice play by Rigneris. Or was that Trent Grover?
Yeah, number 5.
I almost thought it was Trent Grover. I think his jersey's kind of scrunched up.
Oh, was it? It could have been.
I believe it's.
I thought it was Rigneris too.
No, I believe that was number 6, Trent Grover.
Oh yeah, that's happened a couple times tonight.
Hard to read when those jerseys get a little scrunched up. So we want to make sure and give him credit where credit's due. That's going to bring up a 4th and 15 for Lake City. They are at their own Ranger 26-yard line. All right, so they are looking to add to the lead here before the end of the first half comes.
What do you think, Jeff? Corner of the end zone strike, or are they going to play that game and come across the middle with something here? It's not real long to get a first down there. You're a little beyond 10 yards, about 14 or so maybe.
Well, we're going to find out. Coach Smith is going to bring him in. He called a timeout, and he's going to talk about it. They want to get the right play going. Got one big play to, and, who knows. But they definitely want to talk it over and make the right play. I'm sure they've got a bunch of them for this kind of situation.
Plenty of time if they could get a first down. They're not up against the wall with the clock if they could just get a first down. But
and one of the toughest things, with this offense that they run, you spread 4 receivers out there, even maybe put a running back out in the play, and you know who's not watching who? They're not watching Holt, and all of a sudden he tucks it in and runs. When you spread everybody out like that and you get a guy that can run in the open field like he can, that's another weapon. So
yeah, he can do a 12, 14-yard scamper in his sleep pretty much. So that's
all right. So Manton is going to look to make a defensive stand here. 4th and 15 for the Trojans. Matt Holt in the shotgun. He's got trips out to the left, single to the right. Takes a look. He does get it airborne. He's got Devin Davis again, and a nice play defensively by Lane Helsel. He got his hand in there at the last second to knock the ball down. That's an incomplete pass, and the Rangers with a nice defensive stand, and they are going to take over on downs deep in their own territory at their own 26-yard line.
Yep, now they just don't want to make any mistakes before halftime here. Just
57 seconds, just under a minute to play here in this second quarter. That is Jake Hahn back in the shotgun. And that one was just underway, but looks like some late whistles coming in. I think maybe Eric Solani, coach of the Rangers, might have called a timeout, and they're going to talk it over.
Yep.
It almost looked like they kind of tried to quick play at first, but maybe didn't quite have things settled in the way they needed them, so it doesn't hurt to call timeout. And
yeah, Lake City, I think, had 12 on the field, so if they'd have snapped it, they probably would have got a penalty there, but more important things, I think, were in play there than that.
All right, so they're going to get organized and make sure they get the right play called. All right, so it's been an interesting first half here. Some big plays, predominantly, in both directions. Manton had, a big play or two, and Lake City's had 2 or 3 big plays for big yardage. So
there's been some nice defensive plays, one-on-one tackles. It's been a lot of action, a lot of good action.
Yeah, and it's not over yet. All right, so here comes Jake Hahn back in the shotgun, fakes the handoff, gets it over to completed. Not sure on the number on that one. Okay, that was number 3, Lucas McKernan. Good for about 6 yards. It's going to be 2nd and 4 for the Rangers.
Introduction to Miles McLeod there on the tackle.
Yep.
Here are the pads from up here.
Okay, here comes Manton again. Got the snap. It's up. It's complete. That is to number 44. That's Caleb Milkey. He's all the way over to the 47-yard line. Nice quick pass and reception up the middle for Caleb Milkey. Got 30 seconds left in this first half. And here come the Rangers. Snap is taken. Looked like he faked it and then brought down by number 77, Jake Renfer, for a loss. Back all the way down to the 40-yard line, and Manton is going to regroup and take another timeout.
Been a little bit of a theme of the first half too here for Manton. They'll get a nice play, but then Lake City just comes right back with a big defensive play the very next play, and it's hard to build that downfield momentum when that happens. You got to get a couple of good plays in a row, and Lake City isn't letting them do that.
No, and that's why they've had the season they've had so far this year, and pretty much all of last year also. All right, so we've got about 21 seconds left in this first half. Manton is going to, try to make something happen, see if they can close this lead down. They are behind 21-7 right now. You certainly don't want to get too far behind of the Trojans. They are pretty pretty potent offensively this year.
Yep, they're too explosive to dig too big of a hole against.
Yeah, and I mean their first 2 games they were unscored upon.
Yeah.
They racked up 90 points and didn't give up a single point. They had a tough game last week with McBain. Okay, so here it is over to Solani. Solani with the reception, he gets just over midfield, and the Rangers are going to have a 3rd down, but they're going to call another timeout. So 8 seconds left. Looks like that might be one shot at the end zone, maybe some kind of crazy reverse. You never know what you're going to do, but you pretty much got about maybe one play to try to get some points on the board.
Yeah, got half the field to cover here, so that's quite the distance, but never know. These are the things you practice on, on Thursday, the day before, for these types of situations. So.
All right, so both coaches are talking things over as Manton spent their timeout. Looks like they're getting back on the field. So let's see what the plan is. All right, they've got number 5. That's Cole Rigneris split out to the right. A couple receivers out there to the left, Solani being one of them. Hahn takes it. He had to scramble from pressure right off the bat. Gets around the left side. He's brought down at the 45-yard line, and that is going to put an end to the first half with the Lake City Trojans 21 and the Manton Rangers 7. We are going to take a break before we come back with a little halftime show, and then we'll be on to exciting second half action here at Lake City Athletic Complex in beautiful Lake City, Michigan. You are watching 26 Sports and CCTV, and we'll be back after these messages.